My name is Forrest Adair. I spent over 50 years in the printing trade. I have since retired and I spend a lot of time out in my little wood shop. You may have seen some of my other videos. Well, I'm here to tell you that hard work does pay off. And the best thing to get you started each morning is a good cup of joe. Some people call it coffee, others call it dirt. You can call it mud, you can call it java, you can call it brew, you can call it cuppa, you can call it go juice, you can call it jitter juice, bean juice, and brain juice. High octane, wacky juice, morning jolt, liquid energy, a coffee infusion, a cup of lightning, rocket fuel, which is considered strong coffee, and worm dirt, which is really strong coffee. I'm going to tell you, weak coffee doesn't have the will to live. But I roast my own coffee. So let's roast some today. Let's get started. We're going to need a few things to get our coffee good and roasted this day. First thing we're going to need is a roaster. I use a SR700. I bought it online. It has an airflow, it has a heating element, and a timer, which is more or less what you need to cook this coffee. Roast this coffee, sorry. I have also a chaff collector and a filter at the top. The most important thing that you need with an SR700 is one of these right here. What my SR700 does, it connects to a laptop. It gives me my fan speed, it gives me my timer, an off and on, a mode, and also the timer up or down, the fan speed up or down, or the heat up and down. Right now it's on low. Right now it's actually not working. So what I'm going to do is select a predefined file that I've already created, and it's going to run our 700. One of the other things that we're going to need to roast our coffee is coffee. And this here is green coffee beans that I get out of Colombia. They come from one farm, and the elevation is about 1,700 foot above sea level. They dry the beans and they wash them before they send them out. You can see they're green in color, and they're not very appetizing, to be honest with you. But once we roast them, they will be. I've got my SR700 charged with 100 grams of beans, which is about 1/4 pound. Let's get started. We start with a chaff collector, and on top of that we have a little top to keep the chaff from going everywhere. Now that it's set and ready, it's time to start our software, which will take over control and make us a good roast of coffee. What we're looking for is the beans to change color. They go from a green to a yellow, and from a yellow to a cinnamon, and then they'll start roasting. So I'm going to just fast forward through this part. You can see that they're starting to become a cinnamon color with a nice aroma. The 700 is shut down, and it's now time to cool the coffee. We have to act quick because the coffee will continue to cook, and we don't want that to happen, or roast. So what I do is I use a paper plate. I blow a little air across them to kind of help cool them. Put some in one plate so that it's one layer thick. Put some in another plate so it's one layer thick. Take and spread them out so that they can continue to cool as quickly as possible. You can see that the beans have changed totally in color from those green ones to a nice color of brown, chocolatey brown, and they smell delicious. Next thing we're going to have to do is grind us some coffee beans and make us some coffee. Now, each one of these beans shed a little bit of a shell, and they call that chaff. And you can see that right there. It's the little outer hull. As the bean expands and cooks, it changes its shape and the outer layer comes off. So let's head into the house and get us some good old cup of Java. Oh my gosh, we could call it wacky juice. We could call it high octane. We could call it brain juice, bean juice, jitter juice. Gosh, what do you want to call it? Anything. Let's go get us a cup.